Alright, welcome to Jump TV, and this is Steven Segal September. We got 3 Steven Segal movies that we unfortunately had the great privilege of watching, and now we're going to talk about them. So stay tuned, because it is Steven Segal September. Alright, so our first movie is Marked for Death.
Yes.
And what a ride this movie is, let me tell you.
Yeah, this came out in 1990, so it was like it's pretty early on for him. It was like maybe the 3rd movie he did, 3rd or 4th, something like that.
Yeah.
Film that he did. But by this time, they kind of figured it out. They had more of a lock on exactly what to do, because I think his earlier ones are a little bit duller than this, because they kind of were like, you know, like, Steven, you can't just do Aikido for 90 minutes. You gotta, like...
You can't just flip people constantly.
Yeah.
There needs to be more of the story.
Yeah, you gotta vary it a little bit. You know, this doesn't have to be more of a story. You don't have to act, but it's like you have to kill people in different ways.
Yeah, instead of flipping the guy to the left, maybe flip him to the right this time.
Yeah.
Or stop nut punching them all, you know?
Yeah.
Throw some diversity in there.
Yeah. But, no, I actually, out of the 3 of these movies, I actually like this one the best.
Yeah, this is my personal favorite as well. I don't know why.
I think it's credited as one of the best films,
That's a pretty bold statement right there.
Best is relative, and relative to Steven Seagal, this is probably one of his, if not his best. Yeah, you know, Under Siege also has a claim to that, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Under Siege in a little bit.
But yeah, so this is this one is definitely it's still very much like a B movie kind of thing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like it's a lot cheaper than some of the later ones we're gonna discuss. So
absolutely. You know though, in all 3 of these movies, in all 3 of them, does he have his ponytail?
No, he doesn't in Under Siege.
Okay, but he does in the last one.
Yeah, he grows it back.
Okay. So this is the apex of ponytail.
Yeah. This is kind of the peak in terms of like physical performance.
Ponytail magic.
Yeah, ponytail. He's not like 400 pounds, so
He doesn't need his stunt double just yet.
Yeah, I mean, he still has one, but he doesn't need it for every scene. Just for some stuff.
He doesn't need it for his dialogue.
Yeah, pretty much. You can still do that. Yeah, he actually has a lot of one-liners in this one, which is something that he doesn't do in a lot of other films.
He doesn't do that in a lot of his movies.
He actually has a lot of them. They're pretty shitty, which is probably why they don't do them in other films. But
I could listen to this movie in French. Yeah.
This is I don't know what features This isn't terrible resolution.
Siege.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Marked for Death.
Yeah.
Oh,
I am le Screwface.
Oh no. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, first impressions of this movie. I guess Jerry, why don't you go first?
Yeah. So I remember first time I watched this movie, I was probably like 15 years old or something. So you're like, back then it was a little different, watching something like that on TV, because you're like, oh yeah, because it gets right into it.
It does. It really just like starts.
Yeah, and in this movie it's only 90 minutes, so it goes too. Like, that's something about these kinds of films, and like why I got into a lot of these films is because they give you what you want, and that's it. They give you the action. They might not be good, but
who needs a plot when you have Aikido?
Yeah, basically. So yeah, because the film opens with him chasing Danny Trejo, which is really funny because 20 years later, Machete would come and the shoe was kind of on the other foot there.
What about you? First impressions of Marked for Death?
I just couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, I know.
It really boils down to they take away everything about a movie and just leave the action.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
essentially what a Steven Seagal movie is. Especially, like I said, in this one, they conned on to that fact that they're like, we're not going to try to have him act, we're not going to try to have him do anything, we're just going to have him do violence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they brought in Keith David to do the acting.
And he is a cop, right? He is a cop.
He's a
retired cop?
Yeah, he's John Hatcher. Because he always has some stupid name.
He really does.
I don't know why. They're always so weird and dumb.
They got that random name generator. Like, what name does he need? John Hatcher.
I think they have to come up with one that's dumber than Steven Seagal, so it's like...
Yeah. Fair enough. My first time seeing this movie, I was actually, I think, in about high school as well. Yeah. I actually watched it with my dad, and I remember, because this movie was on TV a lot back then.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is, the second time I watched it was with you, like a year ago, or right about, maybe
like
earlier
2
in the
years
year?
ago,
Yeah, something like that. Dude, I didn't know how violent this movie actually was because the TV version cuts it out.
Yeah.
Like the end scene is like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
It really is. It's
like,
glorious.
Dude, it's insane. But let's get into the plot of John Hatcher. The plot.
Yeah. So John Hatcher, he's a DEA agent in the beginning, and then he gets disillusioned. He's like, man, the war on drugs is bullshit. So he decides to retire and go back home to his family. But then a Jamaican drug gang moves in, and he becomes marked for death.
It really does start off though, because there's that chase scene in the beginning where the dude's chasing him through like the cocaine plant or something.
Yeah.
It's some kind of drug factory.
Yeah.
And Steven Seagal is just like, if you know about these types of movies, it goes full Seagal. He's like flipping people over, using his guns, like, dude,
like I said, that's
and then of course he has his ponytail.
Yeah, which is always perfectly coiffed in every scene. It's the most important part.
That takes him 3 hours to do.
Yeah, I would imagine it takes a while to get that going.
No, we need to do another take. My ponytail is off.
One hair came loose. We have to do it all.
Yeah.
Steven, we've been over this. You're not acting.
Yeah.
You're just running through the factory.
Yeah.
Yes, but that one hair distracted me. I wasn't giving it my.
But as the movie kind of goes on, the Jamaican gang gets more and more kind of involved with the plot.
Yeah.
And then his family starts getting in danger, and then it goes off the rails like pretty quickly.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. That was when I rewatched this to do this, I was like, that was something that I've never had it. It always took a while before things got really bad. No, it's like 2 scenes.
Yeah, and then it's pretty quick.
And then everything just goes to shit. Like he meets Keith David, and he's like, because Keith David is like plays his like buddy from back home. And he's like a high school football coach, and he's like, man, I fucking hate these drug guys. We gotta do something about this. So
boy, do I have the job for you, Keith.
And Steven Seagal's like, I don't give a shit. The war on drugs is bullshit, which is kind of funny because this movie came out in 1990. But of course, that doesn't take when he's marked, and then when he gets marked for death and all that. Then after that, we get into the plot, and then of course,
the plot.
Yeah, I mean, because it starts off, and then he gets pulled in, his family starts getting harassed, and then in the background there's Screwface.
Oh, the villain, the villain Screwface.
Yeah,
what an awesome name for a villain though.
Yeah, he's great. Like he's some evil voodoo man or something.
He is the definition of unhinged. That dude is crazy.
Yeah, he's nuts. One of the best scenes in the film is just the scene, and it's basically just him and a couple of his lackeys. Because after Steven Seagal starts going Steven Seagal on his guys, he gets like the call. They're like, oh shit, they killed our guys. And then
shit, Steven Seagal's here.
Yeah, like he started Steven Seagaling us. And then
it's a verb. Yeah, it's a verb.
Yeah,
we've been Seagal.
Yeah, and then they have to tell Screwface, who's in a more relaxed mood because he's sitting in his Cosby sweater playing dominoes. And then, of course, he completely loses his shit. Can we call it a Cosby sweater anymore? Maybe we should call it a Screwface sweater.
It's a Screwface. You can't call it a Bill Cosby sweater. It's a Screwface sweater.
He's done less evil than Cosby.
So no. Instead of ugly Christmas sweaters, it's ugly Screwface sweaters.
Yeah. I would actually love to have the one he has in the film because it has like skulls and guns all over it. It's hilarious.
It is. It's so over the top.
Yeah.
But compared to the other movies, which you'll talk about in the episodes to come.
Yeah.
There's a car chase in this one.
Yeah, exactly. There's actually a lot of variance in the action. There's car chases, there's gunfights, there's scenes with like storming the compound and stuff. It's a little like, that's something that, Bernard Hill, he directed this one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, he again, like I said, they caught on to the fact he can't just Aikido guys for 90 minutes. He has to mix it up a little bit. So, he's shooting guys, he's stabbing guys, he gets to do a sword fight with Screwface at the end.
He does.
So it varies things a little bit, and that helps it a lot.
No, the ending of this movie is so sick when he just like, well, first he kills his twin? Was it his twin?
Yeah, it was his twin. So that's the twist. Spoilers for Marked for Death, by the way. But yeah, because Screwface is actually 2 guys. They're twins. And that's like the source of it.
One is Screw, the other one is Face.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all Screwface.
Yeah. Because that's a big part of the plot is they go down to Jamaica.
Yeah.
To bring the fight to Screwface.
Did he get his own band to do this? I'm just kidding.
Actually, I do have some stuff about this. Because the film has, since they had, put this stuff in there, the film actually has a pretty banging, like, reggae soundtrack, if you're into that sort of thing. And yeah, there's a few original songs they did for the film that they play throughout. The two most prominent ones are No Justice, which is in the background of a lot of the bar scenes, and the other one is John Crow, which is in the background in the bar scene when they're in Jamaica.
Oh my god.
And it's straight, yeah, because Steven Seagal does sing on that song, and he contributed lyrics to it.
I think I remember you talking about that when we saw it. But here's Steven Seagal's like album that he did, and it's something. Let me tell you.
This is better than Me Want the Punani.
Ew.
Just for reference.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But let's talk about like this movie came out in 1990.
Yeah.
This was. Would you consider this like from the 80s? Would you consider this like the transition period from like 80s movies
I think
into
Steven
the 90s?
Seagal is the transition in a lot of ways.
I would agree with that.
Like, because he started in '88 with Above the Law.
Here we go.
Yeah, which we'll talk about a little bit more probably the next film, but because when he started, he was immediately, and he's the main guy in that movie. Like, he wasn't like a guy that had to like work his way up. He wasn't like an actor. Like, he was immediately, like, someone saw him doing Aikido and they're like, we should put him in a movie. And then they made that film, which was Above the Law, and it did well. So they continued making these films because they're cheap. And that's the other thing about this film is it's pretty grimy. It's pretty gross. Like, yeah, it's very seedy compared to compared to a lot of his later films, it's about the same. But like compared to some the other films we'll talk about, it is actually different in that sense.
And this is being the first episode in the first year of Steven Segal September, and you're what 2-3 DVDs away from the full theatrical release of Steven Seagal.
Yeah, I don't have too many left. A lot of these earlier
Why
ones
he's
I don't
doing
have.
it, I have no idea.
He wants to meet Steven Seagal.
No, don't say that. I don't want to meet him.
When he collects them all, Steven Seagal will just appear.
I'll stop collecting.
It's like the
stuff
Infinity
at
Stone. He just shows up.
What do you need? Well,
He goes, Jerry, I'm here.
Fuck no. I have nightmares about this shit happening. I really don't want to meet him. I'm afraid he's gonna break my wrist or something. He loves to do that.
He'll Aikido through your door. And he'll flip your door.
Yeah, I'll flip my door open.
He'll cock punch it.
Oh no.
God. Yeah, that's the last thing.
I have a few pieces of trivia. I'll kind of sprinkle them in so you can talk about a couple of things. One of the first ones was there was a missing scene.
There was.
In this movie, yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was actually in the trailer. So it says the theatrical trailer shows deleted scenes of extra shots indicated John hitting one of the Jamaicans during the mall fight scene, and he snaps his neck off.
That would have been awesome,
dude. Right?
Like film.
Like what? And then there's another one down here with like what could have been, and the guy who played Screwface, his name is Basil Wallace.
Yeah, great actor.
He gained 30 pounds to play Screwface.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then he said, quote, "They wanted me to look big next to Steven."
Yeah, I mean, Steven's a big fucking guy. Even back then, like even before he got,
Oh, dude.
Can
you imagine if there was that scene where he just literally pops a dude's head off?
I would have loved that so much.
Oh my god, now we're getting into like Death Wish 3 territory.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this film ends almost that abruptly.
It does. Like literally, when I was watching it with you, I forgot how it ended because I was just like, oh, I guess it's over.
Yeah, he kills Screwface and then they just walk off and that's it. The film is over.
That's it. That's the whole
You don't get any resolution with his family or with whatever Keith David's doing.
Keith David, he went back to football. Family, and they're fine.
Yeah.
Did you know that this movie was also written in a Jamaican dialect?
Oh, they did the actual patois for it?
The whole thing. Basil Wallace, the guy who played Screwface, added words to make it more authentic.
Nice.
He's being from Jamaica, he knows all the slang.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that Steven Seagal was like, what is this stuff? I don't know what they're saying.
Me want the punani.
Me want the punani. So what do you have for some of your notes for this?
Yeah. So we went through a good chunk of it. To circle back around to the soundtrack bit, because like I said, it played that song John Crow that I was talking about. That song is about Seagal killing Screwface. And so it's just
You want the punani?
No, John Crow. Okay. No, John Crow. The film, this one. Yeah, the one he plays in this movie, John Crow. So it's about him killing Screwface, and it's just weird because like they're singing about that in the background in the scene where he's plotting to kill Screwface, and like it's the band that's like singing it in the movie, you know, like which is like kind of like I guess it's like a neat like integration thing, but it's just so weird.
Like if you think about it and you actually know what the song's about, it's like completely breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. Like imagine
they're like wait what? Like he's talking about killing our boss?
Yeah, like imagine like if you're watching Star Wars and they go to the cantina scene and instead of getting the dun dun dun, you get in the background while Luke and Han are talking about like going to Alderaan, you get like Luke Skywalker singing about how he's going to destroy the Death Star.
Yeah, right. It's just I was just thinking that it's the same kind of thing.
Like it's just bizarre, but like it's a minor thing, but that's one of those things that always stuck out to me. But it's a good song. So that's my other one. And the other one, I have a couple of the one-liners here.
Oh yeah, hit us with the one-liners.
There was only two that really stuck out to me. Most of them are pretty crap. There's a couple funny ones, but you know. So the first one is during the awesome like a car chase and jewelry store.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's probably the standout action scene of the film.
Okay.
Is when they get into the car chase and then they crash the cars inside a jewelry store, and then Steven Seagal starts beating shit out of everybody in the jewelry store. And then when he gets to the last guy, he's like, "You fuck with my family, you die." Then he like breaks the guy's neck somehow. That one's great. And the other one,
he's a DEA agent, right?
Ex-DEA agent.
Ex-DEA. Okay, that makes it better.
That's the other really funny scene in the movie is when
he like straight up like I get these people are trying to kill him.
Yeah.
But like in broad daylight, this dude just like murders like 30 people.
Yeah, he executes a bunch of these fuckers.
Yeah, like and the cops are like. Yeah,
they're trying to get him back to do exactly this. Like
he's like, no, I don't do Aikido anymore. That's why he's like just Aikidoing his way through this whole movie. Like,
yeah, because like at the beginning of the movie, like when he's like, he's all disillusioned because like he goes, because like because in the beginning shootout, his partner gets killed by a woman. So then he gets, he shoots the woman. Yeah, and then he's like, I killed a woman, I can't deal with this. He goes to confession. He's like, I've lied, I've created evidence, I've taken drugs, I've slept with informants, I've done all this horrible shit. Jean LaBelle once strangled me so hard I pooped myself. All this stuff. And it's just hilarious because he's supposed to be really like broken up about it, but he's Steven Seagal, so he has no emotion.
No, he literally has no emotion ever. It's so funny. Like, Steven, show a little excitement, and then he does his little his tiny little smile that he does. I think he laughs one time in this movie.
Yeah. But yeah, and that's like the one of the things I think that does set apart Steven Seagal movies.
He's like, man, look how awesome my family is.
Yeah,
there's like nothing there.
Yeah, yes, because they're so gritty. Like there's no humor to them.
No,
like
none whatsoever.
Yeah, like generally speaking. Like there's no because like when you watch like an Arnold movie or a Stallone movie, there's a little bit of brevity, like they'll still joke around a little bit, especially like
stick around.
Yeah, exactly. Like
we'll get into Arnold one-liners a different time. Maybe we'll do like Arnold August or something.
Yeah, you know what? That's got to be better.
I know, Steven Segal September.
We're scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
Dude, this is the bottom of the barrel.
No, this is beyond the bottom of the barrel.
No, we haven't done On Deadly Ground yet.
Oh god,
okay, we haven't gone there yet.
Oh god, that's episode 3. Make sure you stick around for On Deadly Ground because holy crap.
So yeah, and then the other one-liner was the one that's actually the last one in the movie. Mm-hmm. After he kills Screwface the second time, he's like, "I hope they weren't triplets."
Yeah, that's right. He does say that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that the last line in the movie?
I think that might be the last line.
Because I think after he says that, he walks out of the place with Keith David, right?
Yeah, Keith David. And then the body of the cool Jamaican cop who unfortunately got killed.
Yeah, and then the credits roll.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah,
right?
yeah. The credits.
That's the freaking end of the movie.
Yeah.
But you know what though? You brought up a good point. Like, what else do you need?
Yeah, exactly.
What else do you need? Well, final thoughts.
Yeah. This is a great romp. Like,
this is a film and a half, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's short. It's only 90 minutes, which is nice because movies nowadays are so goddamn long.
They really are.
Yeah.
You know what though? It's not that these would ever get made today, but you could never find an actor today that would be able to play like these types of roles like he can. And I'm not saying like he's an amazing actor, but I'm saying the exact opposite. Yeah. No one would be stupid enough to make movies like this.
Yeah.
What do you mean I have to have a ponytail? What do you mean I have to use this shit called Aikido? What is this? You know, the only other time I've ever actually heard Aikido used in cinema, like in recent history, is in The Walking Dead.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because
Aikidoing zombies or something?
Dude, yeah. Morgan, one of the guys from The Walking Dead, somehow in the apocalypse learns Aikido from another person. No, it's not Steven Seagal. Although the guy looks a lot like Steven Seagal.
You know what? I stopped watching Walking Dead at that part, but that sounds awesome. Why did they put more of that in there?
They did. They made that other show, Fear of the Walking Dead.
Oh, is that what that's about?
Yeah, it's about the dude doing Aikido and zombies.
Shit, that sounds awesome.
I know, right? So
his goal is to collect all the DVDs.
no.
So,
In the post-apocalypse, that's probably going to be actually kind of difficult because I could just eBay them all if I want.
Steven Seagal could live in The Walking Dead.
I mean, he'd get killed pretty quickly, but...
he's got Aikido.
Not if he's writing and directing it.
Yeah, that's true. Then he would just Aikido all the zombies, and they would all just die.
Like Aikido.
Well, this has been a treat to go through Marked for Death, but this is only the first movie of 3.
Yeah.
The second one is you'll have to stick around because we're going to be doing
Steven Seagal on a boat, motherfucker.
Yeah, you got to stick around for Under Siege.
Yeah.
So as always, we would like it if you guys like and subscribe, check out Jump TV, because if you like more reviews like this, we will definitely dig up some shitty movies.
I have a closet full of schlock. We can go
Yeah, and speaking of too, we're talking about this upcoming summer doing Schlock Fest.
Yeah, all schlock.
All nothing but schlock.
John Landis is schlock
not that one. All right, we will see you guys in the next video.